In this video, we'll be going over what a HELOC is and what the potential benefits would be for you. My name is William Singh. I'm a local real estate agent here in Portland, Oregon. If you find any of this content helpful, it would be wonderful if you could hit that like button and subscribe. So what is a HELOC? It is a revolving line of credit that is collateralized by your home. I want to make an important note that this is not a home equity loan. This is going to be a little bit different, and think of it as more of a credit card than a loan. There are typically two phases of a HELOC. The first phase is going to be the draw period. This can range anywhere between 10 to 15 years and is the time where you can use the line of credit as a credit card. You can charge it up and then pay it off during that time frame as well. This is something also similar to a credit card in the sense that you're going to have small interest payments as a minimum payment that you would have to make on those in order to continue using them as a line of credit. Now, after this 10 to 15 year time frame, you can ask to extend this draw period if needed, and just know that it's also a variable rate. So it will be tied to the prime rate usually, and your rate will also be affected by your credit score as well. So keep this in mind when you are applying for a HELOC, and start asking questions about when the prime rate changes, how long would that take to then affect the interest rate or the rate on the HELOC, and also see if there's things about the extension period or if you can extend, to get a better idea of what that HELOC option is for you. The second phase of the HELOC is going to be the repayment period. At this point, you can no longer draw on that line of credit, and you have to make regular payments to the bank in order to pay off the remaining loan balance. So, for example, once you've had, let's say, $500 left on that, that would then get amortized over a certain time period, anywhere between 10 to 15 years, and sometimes longer or shorter depending on what the bank is providing for that product at that time. So it's always a good idea to check with them and understand what they have and what qualifications they have for that, and also what that interest rate would be when you do need to start that repayment period. Your next question probably is, where do I even find a HELOC? And you can find HELOCs at a variety of different banks and local credit unions. Typically, credit unions are going to be able to give you a little bit better of a deal or have better HELOC products. You should be asking a lot of questions of them of, hey, are there any closing costs associated with this? If I close this in a certain amount of years, is it going to cost me anything? Or, hey, how long is the repayment period? Things of that nature. If you have a list of questions, or you want a list of questions for a HELOC, feel free to reach out. I'll make sure to leave my contact information down below, and I can provide that to you if needed. What can a HELOC be used for? And the answer to that answer is a lot of different things. I've seen people use them to consolidate credit card debt, so that way they have a lower interest rate on them. I've seen people use them for home renovations to then be able to move that payment out over a longer period of time, so that way they can stomach the upfront cost of renovations. And there's a variety of different things that you can use it for, as long as it makes sense to you financially. Now, this is again one of those things where I'm not a financial advisor. So if you do want to talk a little bit more about this, or kind of figuring out what might work best for you, feel free to reach out, and I can always direct you to a financial advisor that can help you plan, or at least give you a better idea of how to use it. But if you are a homeowner and you have the equity and you want to be able to access that equity, a home equity line of credit is a great way to do that. And that way you just have something in your back pocket if anything does go wrong. If you found any of this content helpful, it'd be wonderful if you could give me a little bit of credit and hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.